All right. Since I'm as late as I am getting started, we're just going to go right into it. And whomever wants to join whenever, it's obviously fine. I normally try to wait to give people a chance for, coming late or something, but won't worry about it too much. Probably won't miss much. He's sitting on the bench still.
Did you find out anything?
I need to go.
Okay. This was locked? Is that what this was?
There's a picture of a key on it.
Oh, but that's all it says. Okay, nothing else.
I think that the ship is lit well enough now.
Right. So it was Hell included the captain, the cook, I think it was. Well, the captain, the doctor, and I think it was the cook. Captain, the doctor, and the cook, I think. And then Heaven was Fiona. I want to say this guy, whoever this is, whoever's room this is, because he tried to, help her out, I think, right? And then there was some other guy that we don't know. Or maybe that some other guy is this guy, and there was somebody else that we would know. I don't know. I don't remember now. Anyway, we have these coordinates. Okay, we've already tried the coordinates on the map case, right? Pretty sure we tried that last time. And it didn't do anything. Probably just need to unlock the case or something first, I think. Alright, here's the map table. Or map table, not case, but yeah.
Maybe there's something inside the map table where I can use the coordinates.
Yeah, so I need a way inside.
Thieves are not welcome here. I need something to crack the lock.
Crack the lock. Yeah, I don't know.
Used to steer the ship, but with no one steering it, who knows where we might end up.
Yeah. And I know the compass spins. And she looks out and she sees sea. Well, except if you look out. Over here, of course, then you see the deck, but... I think if there's any reason to go in the boiler room again, that I know of, that is, or to the room Fiona was kept in, I feel like probably no for the second for sure. Don't know how I'm gonna find a way to crack the lock on that though. Don't know how I'm gonna figure that out. Already looked in here, didn't see anything. This apparently is nothing. Probably just part of this grain, this grain, or sack of grain or whatever. This grain of sack, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. The lockers also. Yeah, I don't know.
Why is this stubborn idiot dragging himself through the corridors? He's lost an unnecessary amount of blood.
Bible. Is it open to a specific
A
spot?
Bible.
Yeah.
It's been opened, and one paragraph's been marked. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
No, I don't think I have.
I shouldn't waste the fresh water.
Yeah, don't put it in there. Okay. Couldn't remember if I did this bowl specifically or not. So, yeah, apparently I definitely have. Oh, that shuts it. I forgot. Yeah, move out of the way. What's this book again? Oh, from Moby Dick. That's right. Okay. There's nothing in the top drawer, right? Yeah. I don't remember anything in the captain's cabin that would help crack a lock. I don't think there's anything in here. I don't think there's anything in the mess either, or the boiler room. Where the heck am I gonna find? There must be something else I need to do first before I find that. Not even gonna try to open that case. That's just there. I mean, there's the lifesaver, which obviously is not gonna figure out any locks, but try the captain's cabin again. I don't know. There's gonna be anything in here though.
Peppercorn that fell out of one of the crates.
Yeah, I don't I don't know what we would use the peppercorn on. I'm pretty sure we don't need this.
I shouldn't waste the fresh water.
Yeah. Logbook, desk bell. Use. Hmm. Don't have anything to use on that.
Not in a very good condition.
How am I gonna open? Hmm. There's that. I don't want to do that actually. I want to go out here, I think. Try this again, maybe?
Well, it's just some coordinates. Well, it's just some coordinates.
Yeah, I gotta get that open. How? Hmm. Engine block, but hmm. And a box, which is nothing. I've already looked at this multiple times, but
Looks to be full of trash.
trash, yeah. Get a match and throw it in there. Hmm.
rainwater is constantly dripping into the pot. Its enamel coating doesn't seem to be damaged. Both belts are attached. The crane should be functional again.
A rope from a crane?
This massive rope goes all the way up to the crane.
Hmm. There's something else besides pipes and giant barrel, I thought. If not, maybe maybe a toggle back and forth between the two or something. I guess that's what happened.
This big barrel contains oil.
So oil here, we got oil out there. Not sure if we do anything with those. If anything, it'd be the one out there, I think, in the mess, not here. Maybe we do something with the one here, too. It's possible, but...
I shouldn't waste the fresh water. I shouldn't waste the fresh water. I'm gonna consult a walkthrough. I'm not sure. Not seeing anything.
Okay, got all this stuff done. Okay. Got that so far. Yeah, give Lex the morphine. Take the lockpick from the bookshelf. Wait, what? There's a lockpick on the bookshelf? Okay, I missed that entirely. No wonder I don't know where one is. Let's go back, I guess. I had already looked at all the bookshelves here, but apparently I missed. Oh yeah, right there.
I've never picked a lock before.
Does that mean it's gonna break as soon as I try it? Is that what's gonna happen? Now let's try this on the map case.
I've cracked the lock on the map table. Oh, a sea chart. Could come in useful. And there's a note stuck to the chart.
See, no, where was it? No, somewhere. I get it and then it goes away. There we go.
Oh no. The note was stuck so fast to the map that there's nothing left I could use. Wait. There's an impression of the note left on the map.
Let's...
I could enter the coordinates on the chart. I've seen how this is used once. The map is glued tight to the table. I would only destroy it if I try to get it off, but I can use the map here. The sea chart is sure to come in handy in combination with the route book. I should take a look at the route book before I start scribbling on this map.
Where's the route book? Hey, Mary, welcome. Ah, that's a route book. Okay, I see.
To identify a shipping route in this book, I first need to find 5 places that have been visited. If only I had clues about where this ship has been to, then I could use this sea chart to identify the 5 places. Well, it's just some coordinates.
Okay, so now I go back to this.
Using the sea chart, I could determine 5 places that I need for the route book. I just need some clue as to what these coordinates might be.
We've got 4 of those. We need a 5th one from somewhere.
I should find all 5 coordinates before entering anything on the map.
All 5. I've got 4. Okay. We found those all in that room. Is there a 5th one in there that we missed? See if there's a 5th set of coordinates up here. Maybe I didn't look in the right book or something. Let's see.
An eerie totem mask that's used in uncivilized ceremonies.
Just look at all of these types of
An
things.
eerie totem mask that's used in uncivilized ceremonies.
Because I'm pretty sure, or I'm positive we got at least 1 or 2 of our coordinates from stuff like this. So.
Shark's jaws. Definitely menacing. A nicely carpentered, solid wardrobe. The owner was obviously concerned that someone would open it. It's locked up with a combination lock that's completely rusted up.
So that might be where the 5th one is in there too.
A stuffed lizard on a branch.
So if I'm going to try to overcome the rust, you would normally use some kind of rust remover. Something that could like dissolve the rust or something. But the next thing after that I think would be oil to try to loosen up the rust some and then get things turning or whatever you want to say. So this would open, get things so they can rotate. If that's the case, then I would want oil, which is in the mess hall, but I don't have a container for the oil. And currently the only container I have is this, filled bottles, and she says she doesn't want to waste the fresh water, so obviously we're not doing that. Wait, am I giving this to Lex? I thought I already tried that. Maybe not, though. I don't know.
I shouldn't waste the fresh water.
So giving fresh water to somebody who's injured is a waste, apparently. Or at least giving it to Lex is a waste. That's interesting. That's a sheet of music, yeah. Trying to think of... Let's see what else there is, if anything.
A hunting souvenir that looks really scary. The guitar's been lying here for a while. The dampness has really damaged it. Someone's composed a tune. Elegy for a Lonely Girl.
Not do anything with those masks underneath.
It's filled with butterflies and other insects. Rust and condensation everywhere. The glass is so scratched and dirty that I can't even look outside. It's filled with butterflies and other insects.
I did that primarily to change the angle back. Shift it back this way so I could see more. Hmm. What am I going to be able to put the oil in, I wonder? Plants. Yeah, well, I don't know if there are, but that's a good idea. I don't remember seeing plants around the ship though. I guess there might be the captain's quarters, maybe? There aren't any in here. I could also look at the doctor's room. I don't think there's any in the doctor's quarters though. That's a good idea. See if there's anything like that. Down here, this is just the mess hall, the boiler room, and where Fiona was kept in the past. None of those, I don't think any of those have any kind of plants in them. Other than possibly, although it's not labeled, but I mean, you know, there could be like chives or carrots or things like that there that they used in cooking, but although to be fair, I don't know how long it's supposed to have happened since Fiona. I think Fiona died. I think, but any plants that would have been in there from that time probably would have rotted by now. We already see like on the mess hall table, there's rotting food there, so that's like the plants would not be a thing in the mess hall for sure. I think. Let's see. So this is the engine block. We go here. Try the captain's quarters. Hey, Siloel. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I ended up. I actually I had a rough night last night. I had trouble sleeping myself last night, so I'm a little tired now. But I mean, you know, I'll do my best to stay awake while I play this. But but yeah. So I woke up an hour later than I intended, so I was behind in preparing for the stream and stuff. So that's my bad, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's why I started an hour late today. My apologies on that. I didn't mean to start an hour late. It's just kind of how it worked out. So I'm not seeing a plant. Obviously, you know, booze, schnapps, port. I haven't seen any rum, but there's port and schnapps for sure. Port over here, schnapps over here. Ink. Excuse me. Don't see plants over that way. Back up slightly. Nothing here, right? Or on the right? Yeah, no. Okay. Other than somewhere like this, or possibly like the navigation cabin or something, but other than places like that, I would not expect really them to have plants on the ship that they don't already have like chopped up and stuff for food, because you don't get a lot of light inside a ship other than like electric or candlelight or something like that. Unless you're, like I said, unless you're like the captain's quarters or something where you have not just little portholes but full on windows to the outside or something. In a case like this, you would have enough light for the plants to be okay, I think, as long as you made sure to care for them regularly. But something like a porthole, I don't think that's enough light. Unless the plant is actually sitting right by the porthole. Hang on. Come over here so I can get a better angle on this stuff behind her. Can I get you to move to this
Old
side,
and rotten.
sweetheart? No, no, no.
Not a place for a good night's sleep.
I want you. No. You there? And then it changed perspective, yeah. I don't really know. It's very good. Yeah. It changed perspective too fast. I don't think I can stop, so I think there's going to be nothing here because she's in the way looking from that angle. I think this is supposed to, this is intended to look like it's really stormy out or something. This looks more like somebody's dumping, or like somebody's got a hose and they're spraying water or something. Doesn't exactly look. Whoa, whoa, hang on. I guess it's just design, but there are some of those cross marks, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that people do here on the bed, but you can't interact with them, so I guess it's just for flavor. Like, have some nice, you know, add to the ambiance by having design on there or whatever. Yes, I don't think there's a plant in the captain's quarters. Let's see, doctor. It's over this way. But I also don't think, because he has just portals. Like you can see here, he's just got portholes himself. So, although there are, I think there are 3 or something in here. That's decent light, I guess. But I still don't think he's got the 1 and then 2 here. Oh, maybe just 2. Yeah, so he probably doesn't have any plants in here because they wouldn't survive, I wouldn't think.
This decorative lamp is much too bulky. Besides which, it's light enough in the ship now.
Cracked mirror. Use that for... No, I don't think so. Let me think.
Pictures of human organs.
Human organs. That's not gonna be... Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know about the plant idea. But that's good. I'll try to keep that in mind. So if I am going around the ship and I see a plant, I'll look for that. So I need a 5th coordinate. How am I gonna... I didn't see anything more in the room. I believe, if I remember right, I think I found all 4 coordinates I've got so far in that room where Lex is. When I went back there, I did not see a place to get another, like a 5th one. Notes, letter. Oh, right. Okay, so this is where Juarez became officially the legal guardian of Fiona. Fiona was an orphan girl that basically was... I don't know now. We don't know the full story, so maybe she stowed away on here and they found her after the fact. I don't know. But it feels like she was an abductee. Like, it feels like they took her without, you know, her being okay with it. And we're planning on having her sold to someone in a port or something, like as a slave or whatever, or possibly for worse things. Anyway, that felt more, that's more like what it felt like when we had the brief interactions with Fiona, was that it was for that purpose. So first of all, that establishes, I think, the pirates were not good guys. Well, some of them actually were, and some of them weren't. So we have this thing I know. Were you here last when I did that, Miri? Where I used the clockwork and there were some figurines or whatever that were for heaven and some that were for hell. Anyway, basically it was the captain, the doctor, and I think it was the cook. I might be misremembering the third one, but I think it was the cook. But it's like the captain, the doctor, and I think the cook were all at the gate of hell. Yeah. So those three were all at the gate of hell. And then Fiona and Juarez, the guy that adopted her officially, I think that's his cabin is where Lex is right now. So Fiona and Juarez, and then some unnamed pirate, we don't know who, or smuggler, or whatever they are. Anyway, some unnamed guy. Those three were all heaven. So I don't know. I would guess we're going to end up finding out who that third guy is, if he was like a good guy. So if the idea was generally that there were kind of like bad purposes for having Fiona on the ship, right? The good, and that was kind of she was on the ship and the ship kind of kept her. Then most of the stuff on the ship would have been bad, probably, right? So that means, most likely, that anybody who is good would be good because they were against that and trying to help and whatever. Which means they're notable enough, right? They're important enough because they're good that you should find out who they are. Unless we're pulling some kind of superhero thing or something where it's like, nobody knows my real identity, which I don't think is what's going on. So I need a fifth set of coordinates. That's just so I can use the map and try to plot a course or something. And I don't know what else we currently need to do. Something with the fresh water, like you said, maybe a plant or something. We still got this for some reason. We're going to use at some point. This chip log, right? And I've said this on the streams for this game before, but in case either Silwell or Miri has missed it and doesn't happen to know, or if anybody watches later and does not happen to know. So a chip log was basically where you would take a rope, you would tie a knot in the rope at even intervals. I don't remember what the intervals were. It was something like 6 or 8 inches or something. I don't remember exactly. But every so many inches, maybe it was even over a foot. I think it was under a foot typically. Anyway, but every so many inches or whatever, you would tie a knot in the rope. And all the knots were evenly spaced on the rope apart from each other. So they were all the same distance between the knots. Then the very end of the rope, you tied to a log. Usually, I think you would usually have like a hole in the log or something to tie it through so that it wouldn't just slip off the end. But anyway, you tie the rope to this like thing of wood, this chunk of wood. And then you would toss that over the side of the ship, or you could toss it as long as it wasn't going to let water in. You could toss it out a hatch or something, but you toss it from the side of the ship. It would drop down into the waves and bounce with the waves, right? And depending on how fast it bounced and how high it went as it bounced along the waves, you would be able to tell your speed. And also, of course, the conditions of the weather, if it was rough seas or if it was calm waters or whatever. Obviously, then that was an obvious one because it wouldn't bounce so much if it's calm water. Anyway, and so things like that, like using the chip log, are how they figured out eventually. They figured out speeds like a knot. A lot of people spell it K-N-O-T. because of the knots of the rope. So that kind of determined. Anyway, and so a knot in speed is like 1.15 miles, which is what, like, it's not quite 3 kilometers per hour. Convert 1.5 mph to kph. Whoops. Let's do an mpg. It's not what I want. Yeah, not quite. Just under 2 kilometers per hour. It's 1.85. Anyway, and that's a knot. So if you say they're going 3 knots, and you multiply 1.15 or 1.185 times 3, and that's, you know, in your current, you know, in your measuring system, that's how fast you're going. Anyway, so that's the basic idea for this. So we either are going to use it for actually that. I don't know why we would need to know speed. If we're just charting a destination on the map, I don't know why we would need to know speed in this, but it's possible. So that might be used for that. Otherwise, if we don't use it for that, we're probably going to end up taking it apart for something else, but I still don't know what to use that for. Anyway, point in all that is, the chip log, I mean, I was part of the point was to explain what it is and how it works in case people don't know, but so a chip log, have no use for that so far. Don't know how to do that. Don't know what to do with the filled bottles yet. This is a picture of her family she hasn't seen in a while in a shiny frame, but I don't know why. I mean, we picked it out of our bag, which is nice, but I don't know why we would use that. Because in a point and click, the idea is, and there are some red herrings sometimes, right? They'll have some objects that you don't actually use, of course. But generally speaking, obviously the point, or in a point and click, each object you pick up typically has some purpose. So I don't know what we're going to do with the picture frame, but at some point we're going to do something with it, obviously. Anyway, so, and then I've got a compass and I got the sextant and then 4 of 5 coordinates. So I don't know any of this stuff. Wall hatch here, we passed, yeah. Nice saver. I was trying to see if the hook, we grabbed the hook, but it's just part of the wall hatch. Yeah, I don't know. And then this way was what? There was a, yeah, note, like for the doctor or whatever. And I don't know for sure that we're going to ever, but we might need to get into this locker door as well, and I still don't know how to do that either. Where would the 5th set of coordinates be? So 4 were in the room where Lex is, and then the 5th is just somewhere else? Seems odd. Uh-oh. It's getting all foggy? Interesting. I don't remember seeing all this fog before. She doesn't comment on it though. But it's definitely feels like it's wait, something up here. What was no, I don't think it was something from my inventory. Oh, there was something up here. Maybe not. Maybe I bumped one of these. She doesn't say anything about the fog. I don't remember seeing that fog though as I rushed through before. What if that means I've made X amount of progress in the game and it steadily gets worse over time as you get farther through the game? I don't know. Fifth set of coordinates. Where? We just analyze everything in each room, I guess. Because that's where I found the other coordinates, is by looking at like books and stuff, or masks. So let me just look at everything and see if something shows up, I guess.
These old sacks have several splits in them. There was cocoa inside. It's been set for 5 people. The rotten remains of the last meal are sitting on all the plates. Either the food tasted really awful, or they left the table in a hurry. Playing cards. A deck of French playing cards. The ace of spades lies on top.
Ace of spades.
A deck of French
on
playing
top.
cards. The ace of spades lies on top. A deck of French playing cards.
All the same.
The ace of spades lies on top.
Okay. So ace of spades, that could be a 1. Or if spade, the suit of spades, signifies something, I guess it could be that. That's what the dice say. I looked at these earlier, but I didn't have
Not
the
an
context
unusual
really.
pastime.
Not an unusual pastime. Doesn't even say a number. Ace of spades on top. She wouldn't say that unless that was important, I think. Otherwise, she'd just say there are cards on the table, right? Why would you say specifically the top card is this unless that's important somehow? But I don't know how. Pipes. Use the vise to bend a nail earlier. I don't think there's anything to use it on right now. Probably nothing for the workbench either. I mean, of what I've got right now, at least. Excuse me. That's frayed again. She already talked about that. I don't think there's anything on here. I think it's like half erased or something, or mostly erased, or all erased. I don't think she can read on it. But I don't remember now. Oh no, you can. Okay. Remind me what this about. Hang on. Let me see what this. Okay. And then if I... where was it? Somewhere I had where I would show... Maybe not. Let me go ahead and add this. Okay, then I want to do that, yeah. Ace of Spades table, you're obligated to sing the part of Motorhead song? Ah, screw your obligation. Just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, so I guess I don't cover too much of the game window. Anyway, so that's the note. If I zoom in some, whoops, let's go here, zoom in some, and then we'll just scroll over to the... Okay, so, stew a la boy. I feel like that might be gross soup. Okay, 3 liters of water, tin of jerky, tin of dried cod, cook for 10 minutes. Add yesterday's leftovers, so that's comes out different every time because who knows what you had yesterday. Serve, side dish, rusk, dessert, tin of sauerkraut. Okay, so does that mean? Let me actually hide that for now. It's not in the way. Does that mean we're actually going to be messing around with a pot in here? That's gross. I don't want to recreate a recipe like that. That sounds disgusting. Also sounds like something pirates normally would not eat. So either they are cannibals, it's gross, or cargo cooking pots.
These cooking pots are old and dented. They've also got some rusty holes in them.
I'm going to say we're probably not going to make that recipe. That sounds really gross. I'd like not to do that. So if we could do something other than that, that'd be great.
Quite high up.
Anyway, well, let's do the original plan. Pretty much analyzing everything in here and seeing if somehow a 5th set of coordinates shows up.
Rainwater is constantly dripping into the pot.
I don't know where
its
I'm
enamel
gonna
coating
find
doesn't
those.
seem to be damaged. Crates, sacks, barrels.
Excuse me.
These cooking pots are old and dented.
That's that one.
They've also got some rusty holes in them.
Okay.
These kinds of pipes on a sailing ship. Somehow that doesn't seem to fit together.
And these all go to the crane. I looked at all these before. Did not find anything in the past. Oops. Did not mean to have her climb up the side of the... Interesting. Okay. One side. Go inside the room. You not go in the room? You went in the room in the past.
A solid chair. Was there someone tied to it?
She will not go in the room now. That's wonderful. Okay.
This is where Fiona escaped
Oh, here
her
we go.
prison.
Now we're in the room, finally.
Now it's flooded with
Nope,
water.
then I click out and then I'm not in the room anymore.
This is where Fiona escaped
Alrighty,
her
well.
prison. Now it's flooded with
Okay.
water. This is where Fiona escaped her prison.
Where she escaped the
Now it's
prison, now it's flooded with water.
A solid chair. Was there someone tied to it?
She was talking to a boy through here. Fiona was previously, but don't know where that kid is anymore. Even while we were still on Fiona, the kid at one point stopped. I think just stopped talking
These
to her.
kinds of pipes on a sailing ship. Somehow that doesn't. Where did all that blood come from? What kind of terrible things have happened down here? Where did all that blood come from? What kind of terrible things have happened down here?
Let's see, nothing up on the shelf there. Speaking tube hole. We've done this before, but let's do them again.
A speaking tube, used by the crew to communicate throughout the rooms.
That's not glitchy at all. Wow. Really? Hang on. Maybe if I get out of this room, she'll unglitch. Just love this stairs. Load, yeah. Wow, that was glitchy as hell. That was interesting. Yeah, I don't think there's anything down there. Yeah, and I was in the boiler room not too long ago either. You know what? I'm just gonna. Let's do this. Oh,
I'd rather keep it
not
in
a
my
minute.
pocket.
Oh my gosh. Smack the corner of my keyboard with my mouse, and my mouse button
A pocket
went
watch.
off.
It probably doesn't show the right time, but it's still working.
Use it
So I
for
can use it for other things.
than telling time. Okay.
I can use it to fix our position while gazing at the nighttime sky.
I believe I've read all of these,
It
but
says, found at longitude
31,
31,
39.
latitude 39. It says, acquired at longitude 27.75,
27, 25, 38,
latitude
75.
38.75. It says, hunted at longitude 28.78,
28, 78,
latitude
38.5.
38.5. It says, shot at longitude 26, latitude 38.
26, 38. Oh, interesting. So this says,
Found at
found,
longitude 31, latitude
then
30. It says acquired at longitude 27.7. It says hunted at
then
longitude
hunted, and then
28.78.
shot.
Latitude
So it sounds like they were
38.5.
hunting a whale. Is this like a Moby Dick, like a horror Moby Dick telling or something? We've done this before. This shows the whole ship. And we did this. This is the one where it says certified that he's the adopting, like the adopter, the person who adopted Fiona. Look
A
at
couple of
this.
things that I've noted down. I wanted to use them for a news article.
News article, but doesn't really want to go beyond that. Okay. This is her
It's the only
family.
picture that I have of my real parents. I always buff up the frame to shine. Look, I can even see my reflection in it.
Always sees a reflection in them. We have the cracked mirror in the doctor's office. What if we do some kind of backwards thing with her photo? Like, she talked about seeing a reflection, and there is the mirror, which typically shows reflections, so maybe that's a tie? That might not be anything, but that's possible. Here. Pass to doctor. Here's a cracked mirror. What if I do this on the mirror?
I better keep this.
Better keep this. No, so that's not a thing. Okay, let's go.
Why is this stubborn idiot dragging himself through the corridors? He's lost an
Actually,
unnecessary
click the
amount of
blood. I'm trying to click to go past, and it did that. Anyway. I happen to be on top of the blood when I click to get it and sit to the side of it. Okay. Thanks for stopping in, Miri. I will, not that I expect you to be there, of course, but in a little under 8 hours, I'll be streaming again. We'll be doing more Witness. So if you stop by then I will see you then. Otherwise, I'll see you next weekend, whichever. Appreciate the support, man.
I better keep this. Using the sea chart, I could determine 5 places that I need for the route book. I just need some clue as to what these coordinates might be. I should find all 5 coordinates before entering anything on the map. I should find all 5 coordinates before entering anything on the map. It's the only picture that I have of my real parents. I always buff up the frame to shine. Look, I can even see my reflection in it. I should find all 5 coordinates before entering anything on the map. To identify a shipping route in this book, I first need to find 5 places that have been visited. I better keep this. Yes. I can use the picture frame to decipher the mirror image of the note. It's a coordinate. Longitude 25, latitude 37.
That's where the reflection comes. She says she can see her reflection, so we use this for a reflection, and now we get the 5th coordinate. Okay, so now...
Using the C chart, I could determine 5 places that I need for the route book. I just need some clue as to what these coordinates might be. That's not one of the 5 coordinates that I found. It says, found at longitude 31.
Oh, 3139. I have to actually put this at 3139. I see. 3139. So here?
Well, it's just some coordinates. I found a city.
I see. That's one.
It says, acquired at longitude 27.75,
38.75.
38.75.
27.25. So like here.
I found a city.
Okay. This one
It
is what?
says, hunted at longitude 28.78,
38.5.
latitude 38.5.
This, I
That's
think,
not one of the
right?
5
No.
coordinates that I found.
Wait, 38.75. 28.
That's not one of the 5
78,
coordinates that I found. I found a city.
Oh, there. That seems like that's 38.5, not 38 point whatever it was, but close enough, I guess. Okay.
It
And
says,
this
shot at longitude
26,
26, latitude 38.
26, 38,
I found a city.
and then got those, and then what is this?
It looks like there were coordinates on the note. A faint reverse image of the coordinates has been transferred onto the map. It's a coordinate. Longitude 25,
2537.
latitude 37. Using the C chart, I could determine 5 places that I
25.
need for the route book. I just need some clue as to what these coordinates might be.
37. So here.
I found a city. I'd rather use it to look at the stars.
Alright, stars.
It must be a souvenir from one of the cities that the ship has docked at. I think that there was a small piece of paper attached, but it seems to have been ripped off. Using the sea chart, I could determine 5 places that I need for the route book. I just need some clue as to what these coordinates might be.
Book. Does that mean now I click the route book? Maybe.
To identify a shipping route in this book, I first need to find 5 places that have been visited.
Oh, so I probably need to write down or something these 5 things,
Using the sea chart, I could determine 5 places that I need for the route book. I just need some clue as to what these coordinates might be.
Okay, give me a second here. I have an idea of how to make this. I don't know for sure that it will, but I have an idea of how to make this so it'll work a little bit better for me. Oh, I see. Okay, so if I do this instead, here, and then I grab these. This. So I don't need this anymore. Here. Plus this. This. And this. Just these two? Yeah, these two. Okay. So this one here. And finally, this one. That's the name. I want to make sure I get the name. Point of this is so that I could zoom in and see what the names say, and then based on that, I click on stuff in the log book. Alright, so put this over here. That. Okay. So. So I want to do this or that. Now I'll widen it. All right. So those are my coordinates now. If I, let me see this over here actually. Okay, so if I zoom in, whoops, this. All right, it's plus. Wrong quick key. So this looks like Monte or yeah, it's not like Monte Carlo, obviously not, but like it's not Monte plus something, it's just Monte looks like.
That's not one of the 5 coordinates that I found.
Okay, check. Okay, so now I go to the route book.
To identify a shipping route in this book, I first need to find 5 places that have been visited.
So which of these is Monte? Monte? Okay. And then the next one is, I guess, Lajes do Pico. Okay. Lajes. Might not be Spanish, might be Portuguese. Lajes do Pico. I don't know. I don't know Spanish or Portuguese very well at all, so I really don't know. I'm just kind of saying. Santana, huh? Is it a hard one? Another in the noonday sun. So here, I believe. Okay. And got Pedro Miguel. Pedro Miguel. And finally, Castelo Branco with an R. I think it's an L. Might be an I suppose. Bianco, maybe. R seems odd for Spanish or Portuguese. Doesn't sound Spanish or Portuguese for that. Branco? That sounds weird. Anyway, Castelo Bianco, I think, is what it's probably supposed to be. Which is where? Castelo.
There actually is a shipping route that links all
There's a
5 of
shipping
these
route links
locations.
all 5 of
That's
these
the route.
locations.
It's a coordinate. Longitude 25, latitude 37.
Anyway. Yeah.
That's the route.
Okay.
It's a coordinate. Longitude 25, latitude 37.
That's what picture frame is?
It's a coordinate.
Yes.
Longitude 25, latitude 37.
Fine, whatever. I wonder if that's enough to talk to Lex again. Maybe Lex will have something to say. Let's see. I don't know that we're necessarily going there. We were trying to find information, I think, about the ship, about what it was carrying, what it's... I don't know if we were supposed to find about the crew, but where its destination was. I think that was another, like, part of the idea. So let's see what...
Did you find out anything?
Oh.
Please, could you tell me again what I'm supposed to do?
The most important thing is to find out exactly where we are right now. Now get to it, and find something that'll help to fix our position. The best tool for the job will be the sextant. Oh, and while you're at it, see if you can alter the ship's course.
Ah.
I'm on it.
So I am doing that stuff, kinda. I still need to get up top to use the sextant, which means I need to move. I move. Okay. So I probably... Oh, whoops. Yep, hang on. Probably want to lower that again. Put the rigging down. I need to move the boat here. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do that because I can't really go outside and retie things. Right? So... how am I going to do that? Well, I think we're going to go ahead and just leave that for now. I'll go more next week. Maybe next week we'll do 2.5 hours or something. I don't know. Let's just save that for now and go ahead and call it good. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me, Monmouth. Or, not Monmouth. Thanks for joining me, Miri, and Siloel as well. Appreciate the support. So, yeah, so 7.5 hours from now, we will be doing more Witness. So, like I said, I think last time or the time before, we're going to go a little bit longer with Witness. I don't want to drag it out too long. Since I'm not a completionist, I don't need to find every puzzle, probably. I am having fun with it, but I also want to get to other stuff, so we'll just see how that works out. Anyway, have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Till next time. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.